Welcome back, students, to this again a new session on variation of parameters. I suppose in my previous session I completed the basic idea about variation of parameters, how to work with the problems. I'll be continuing this session. Okay. So I just gave you the formulas required. I just gave you where exactly the variation of parameters is applicable, which type of problems we can solve using that method. That was given in previous session already. So this session, let us see one problem. We'll go step by step slowly with this variation of parameters, because this is going to be my first problem working on variation of parameters. Okay, so all of you take one pen and paper and try to work with me with the steps of this problem. Okay, here is one problem taken from your model question paper only. So here it is. The problem 1 on variation of parameters. Solve by variation of parameters. Solve by variation of parameters. Variation of parameters. Equation is d square plus 1 of y is equals to secant x. D square plus 1 of y is equals to secant x. Okay. So we are going to solve this by variation of parameters. Yes. But before going to the solution, I just want to have a small recap on what we have learnt in my previous session so that you get a clear idea about it. Okay. So basically the variation of parameters is applicable to a second order linear differential equation. Okay. So first of all, just verify the given equation is second order or no. Yes, of course, the given equation is a second order linear differential equation and it's a non-homogeneous. That's there. Okay. And in place of phi of x, you have secant x over here. Just see that. Okay. 1 point. Secondly, on the right hand side, you have d square plus 1 of y, okay, which means it is a second order linear differential equation. Okay, let's start with the solution now. Okay, so solution. Okay, so yes, let's take the given equation. What is the given equation? It is d square plus 1 of y is equal to secant x. D square plus 1 of y is equal to secant x. Let's write the auxiliary equation. How do you solve normally? So the half part of it is same as whatever you have done with the direct method. Okay, there is not much difference between variation of parameters and the direct method. At least for the first half. First half you already know how to work for yc, the complementary function. The same way we'll be working on variation of parameters also. Okay, so here once again, how you work in your direct method, that is you consider the auxiliary equation, then get the roots, then write your yc, is it not? So the same way here I am going to consider the auxiliary equation, get the roots of the auxiliary equation and see what next. Okay, let's first consider the auxiliary equation. The auxiliary equation is m square plus 1 is equal to 0. I hope everyone has done up till here. Okay, let us solve the roots of this equation. The roots of this equation are m square is equal to minus 1 I can take, or m will be plus or minus I. So here the roots are appearing complex. Okay, because it is m square is equal to minus 1. So m will be plus or minus root of minus 1, or it becomes m is equal to plus or minus I. Is it not? Yes. Now, normally without, suppose you are not solving it by variation of parameters, how will you write the solution for it? Obviously, you will go for yc now, right? So, how you write yc? Okay. Imagine that you are writing for yc. So, what you will do? The roots are imaginary, right? And the alpha value is 0, beta value is 1. If m is equal to alpha plus or minus I beta, the complex root, is it not? I have explained it a number of times. Alpha is 0, beta is 1, right? So if that is the case, how will you write the solution for yc? Yes, you write it as yc is equal to e to the power alpha x, c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. This is the way you write yc whenever the roots are imaginary. Yes, the same I am going to follow here. Okay, but in place of c1 and c2, I am not going to use c1 and c2. I hope you remember my previous session explanation. In place of the arbitrary constants c1 and c2, we will use arbitrary functions a of x and b of x. That is one small variation from the previous method. Okay. However, up till here it is same. Okay. Even the procedure to write y, the solution y, that is also same. Only thing, that is in place of the arbitrary constants c1 and c2, we will write arbitrary functions a and b. Okay, so what it will be? E to power 0 into x, that is at least 1, need not write it. C1 you are writing, but you are not going to write C1 because I am writing the general solution directly, not YC, okay, because this method is not the direct method, okay. So y is equal to a of x into cos x, because the beta value is 1, plus in place of C2, arbitrary constant C2, I need to use arbitrary function b of x sine x, because beta is again 1, right? I hope the point is clear to everyone. See, you have got the imaginary roots. Whenever imaginary roots you have, you write yc like this. But since this method is variation of parameters, we are not going to write the constant c1 and c2. We are going to replace them as the arbitrary functions of x, as one as a of x in place of c1 and another as b of x in place of c2. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Now, the one which is appearing with a, we will call it as y1, and the one which is appearing with b of x, we are going to call it as y2. Okay. So, see here, our y is a of x into y1 plus b of x into y2. So, our y1 is this part cos x, our y2 is this part sin x. So, y1 is cos x and y2 is sin x. Is it done? So, the very next step after writing y1 and y2, I suggest you to write y1 dash. So, what should be y1 dash? It will be minus sin x, derivative of cos x minus sin x. What is y2 dash? It will be derivative of sin x, which will be cos x. Is it not? I hope everyone up till here is following. Yes? Step by step, just copy it in your notebook and try to practice. Okay? So, you have y1 dash is equal to minus sin x, derivative of cos minus sin. Y2 dash, that is nothing but the derivative of sin x, which is cos x. Is it done? Now, you have written y1, y2, y1 dash, y2 dash. Next is what? You should work for the w. W is determinant of y1, y2, y1 dash, y2 dash. So, when you simplify this, it will be, it is cos x, sin x, minus sin x and cos x. When you solve for it, it will be cos square x, minus of minus plus sin square x, and that is equal to 1. Is it? Yes. So, your w value is 1. Done. This should be your next step, that is Rankine w should be evaluated, and that we have evaluated to be 1 using the given formula only. Okay. So, once we are done up till here, we work for the values of a and b, the arbitrary functions a and b. Okay. So, a of x is been evaluated with the formula. It has been given already in my previous session. The formula was minus y2 phi of x divided by w dx. This was the formula for a of x. Now, what is y2? y2 is here. What is your phi of x? Phi of x is nothing but the right hand side of the given equation. What is the right hand side? It is secant x. And what is w? W is 1. Okay. Let us substitute. Let us do the substitution. It is minus y2 is sin x. Is it? What is phi of x? What is phi of x? It is secant x. Secant x divided by, what is w? W is 1 dx. I hope this point is clear to everyone. Yes. Now, when you further simplify this, it will be minus. I'll take the minus sign outside. How can you write this sin x into secant x? It will be sin of x divided by cos of x, because secant is 1 by cos. Yes or no? Or when you further simplify, a of x is equal to minus under integral sign tan x dx Now what is integration of tan x? What is integration of tan x? Anyone? What is integration of tan x? It is minus log of anyone? Log of secant x. Log of secant x. Why? What is the derivative of log secant x? It is 1 divided by secant x into secant x into tan x. Secant gets cancelled, you are remained with tan. Okay, so the integration of tan x is log secant x. I will attach one arbitrary constant here now, plus k1, arbitrary constant k1. You are done with a of x. Okay, now let us work for b of x. The formula for b of x was given to be y1 phi of x divided by w dx, and that was to be equal to, what was y1? It is cos x. What is phi of x? Secant x. Right? What is w? 1 dx. Now everyone knows what is cos x into secant x. What is cos x into secant x? It is also 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. So you simply have dx over here. And when you further simplify, integration of constant will be, with respect to x, will be x plus some other constant k2. Already k1 is used, so k2. So let us write the final answer. Y is equal to, you have found our a is over here, b is here. Okay, we will substitute the value for a and b in this equation now. Okay, so y is equals to, what is a? A is minus log secant x minus log secant x plus k1 into cos x plus b value is x plus k2 into sin x. You can further simplify if you want, or else if you keep it like this also, it is not a problem. Okay, so this completes the solution for this problem from your model question paper. Okay, so we'll work one more problem on this. Okay, please follow me. So here is one more problem on variation of parameters, again from the model question